In January of 1997, the world was blessed with one of the best crossovers Fox has ever done, that being with The Simpsons and The X-Files. The episode was entitled The Springfield Files and was the 10th episode of the 8th season of the series, which also happens to be what I'd argue is my favorite season. We get so many iconic and personally meaningful episodes. Scorpio, Larry Burns, A Millhouse Divided, Mysterious Voyage of Homer, Poochie, Homer's Phobia, Spin-off Showcase, truly stacked, and all of those episodes warrant a video on themselves. The Simpsons has been embedded as a cultural landmark globally for decades now. I grew up on the good yellow stuff, and am grateful it continues with me as I age further into life. As they say, they'll never stop The Simpsons, and while it has gone through its fair share of eras, all with their warranted praise and criticism, it has continued to endure in its core essence. I have actually been very pleasantly surprised by the few most recent seasons. It has become sort of a living fanfic in many ways, and I love the deeper and more esoteric character explorations and plots we are getting. Back to the episode at hand. As a child, this was one of my favorite episodes despite having never seen The X-Files. I just loved its overall aesthetic, the alien components, Leonard Nimoy, and the general vibe. Flash forward to 20-year-old me, and I binged the entirety of the X-Files series. I am a big fan, and the truth is most definitely out there, folks. When the Springfield Files aired, the X-Files was in its 4th season and had gained mass recognition and critical acclaim. This crossover was a big deal, set to draw in a multitude of viewers, with hyped-up promotions airing ahead of time. Though this event was nearly 30 years ago, it remains culturally important and entertaining as can be. Now, to recap the plot and highlight different jokes and references throughout it. Starting off, Bart's chalkboard gag says, "The truth is not out there," which is funny, followed by a jetpack couch gag, which isn't the most topical, but is still cool. The episode gets straight into it with a Leonard Nimoy narration, spoofing the 1976 show In Search Of, which focused on exploring mysterious phenomenon which Nimoy did in fact host for a number of years. He says, "Hello, I'm Leonard Nimoy. The following tale of alien encounters is true. And by true, I mean false. It's all lies, but they're entertaining lies, and in the end, isn't that the real truth? The answer is no." We cut to Springfield, where Homer is feeling TGIF. Quick shout out to my high school world history teacher who told me, thank God it's TGIF every Friday morning. Homer plays hooky by looping old footage of him and his pals working. It looks so stupid and is so dated, it's amazing. We cut to Burns monitoring the footage from his office as he asks Smithers what he's up to over the weekend. Something gay, no doubt, as he says. Mostly closeted Smithers begins to rebuff this before Burns continues on. You know, lighthearted, fancy-free, mothers lock up your daughter, Smithers is out on the town. This is hilarious, but it also makes me happy to see the progression of LGBTQ+ rights within our society reflected in The Simpsons as characters have become more openly out and, well, plain old gay as time has gone on, and I love to see it. Our Springfield Friday montage continues with a gag at the nursing home, a funny Donkey Kong cameo, Milhouse dropping fat cash to play Kevin Costner's Waterworld at the arcade, Hibbert abandoning Hans Moleman, and finally we see the rest of the Springfield family at their chaotic home. Iconic exchange here between Bart and Lisa as they sit with their little milk and Oreos, or potentially Hydrox cookies, as Lisa says, "All right, it's time for ABC's TGIF lineup," to which Bart replies, "Lise, when you get a little older, you'll learn that Friday's just another day between NBC's Must-See Thursday and CBS's Saturday Night Crap-A-Rama." Man, I kinda miss cable. Homer, a few duffs deep at Moe's, is feeling adventurous and wants to try something new, and we learn of Red Tick beer. Needs more dog. When he's had his fair share, Homer declares, "Well, it's 1 a.m. Better go home and spend some quality time with the kids," which never fails to make me laugh. He is breathalyzed all the way up to Boris Yeltsin, then president of Russia, so he has to walk home. This is where our spooky vibes start. Another wonderful gag, the Springfield Philharmonic bus rolls up, playing the Psycho theme. I always worried for the woman who got off the bus to walk home in the woods all alone at 1 a.m. Literally almost non-stop jokes here as Homer stumbles upon a horrifying sign that reads, "Die," only for the horror to grow as it actually says, "Diet." Homer runs into the woods, carelessly shoves aside his lost father, and continues his jaunt under the light of a full moon before the X-Files theme plays as we see a bright green alien figure emerge. The alien has insane aura and tells Homer not to be afraid, causing Homer to flip his lid and run home. He starts telling Marge about what happened, but she just asks if he's been drinking, to which he replies, "No! Well, 10 beers," which I think is hilarious. The next morning, Lisa whips out Junior Skeptic magazine to provide proof against his claims. Bart messes with him by dressing as an alien creature as well. Homer wallows, as it is apparently also his birthday, which everyone forgot, but it is also Santa's little helper's birthday, and the family all go to show their love for him. Dogs over dads for real. At work on Monday, Homer begins to tell his coworkers, but that doesn't really work out, so he goes to the police station to tell Mr. Clancy Wiggum that the alien has a sweet heavenly voice, like Urkel, and he appears every Friday night, like Urkel. Chief Wiggum decides to type it on his invisible typewriter, which he continues to do for an arsonist who shows up afterwards, demonstrating the Springfield Police Department's ongoing incompetence. Finally, we cut to the FBI headquarters, where we get to see Simpsonized styles of Agents Mulder and Scully. Poking fun at the X-Files a bit, Mulder shares that there has been another unsubstantiated UFO sighting in the heartland of America, and that they've got to get there right away. Scully replies with a report about a drug and illegal weapons shipment, but as Mulder says, he hardly thinks the FBI is concerned with matters like that. They show up to the Simpsons' house, and I gotta point out Mulder's badge photo. I have a poster of this exact scene of him holding his badge. Plus, I just love the way he says, "Agents Mulder and Scully, FBI." Marge is very much Marge here, and thinks that this is about a stolen pen that she took from the post office. Flash forward to the Springfield FBI branch, which proudly displays that they have been invading our privacy for 60 years. And we get an alien lineup, which is fun. Included here are Marvin the Martian, Gort, Chewbacca, Alf, and either Kang or Kodos, though I am unsure of which one. We also see the cigarette-smoking man in the background in this sequence, who is a prominent character in the X-Files. To all those who know the song "One Week" by the Bare Naked Ladies, which plays in the Digimon movie, which I have spoken about previously, if you know, you know, there are lyrics that go, "Watching X-Files with no lights on, we're dans la maison, I hope the smoking man's in this one." So this is the smoking man in question. The agents run some tests on Homer before they all congregate at Moe's to recreate the events of the evening of the alien encounter. Homer begins to embellish by stating, "Well, the evening began at a gentleman's club where we were discussing Wittgenstein over a game of backgammon," before Scully reminds him that it's a felony to lie to the FBI, so he fesses up and says, "We were sitting in Barney's car eating packets of mustard. You happy?" Homer drinks to excess, as he did previously, down to the red tick beer details, and sloppily kind of hits on Scully, which I hate, but he then apologizes and cries about loving Marge. Moe learns the identity of the agents at the bar and goes to hide his seemingly stolen whale operation that he's got going on in the back. They then all head to the woods, where Grandpa reappears, but they continue to ignore him. Scully wants to leave, and we get Mulder's epic speech. "Somewhere out there, something is watching us. There are alien forces acting in ways we can't perceive. Are we alone in the universe? Impossible, when you consider the wonders that exist all around us. Voodoo priests of Haiti, the Tibetan numerologists of Appalachia, the unsolved mysteries of unsolved mysteries. The truth is out there." Y'all, I am such a Mulder, it's not even funny. In the background, Moe continues to try to rid himself of his whale problem. At home, Homer is feeling alone since no one believes him. He and Bart have a legitimately nice bonding moment, as Bart is the only one who does believe him. They decide to head out to get video proof. They have a go at Fox here, as well as the Simpsons is wont to do. Cut to the next Friday night, and some funny beer-related jokes here. We see the Budweiser frogs are eaten by a Coors crocodile, and when Bart asks for beer from Homer, he replies, "Oh, you don't want beer, that's for daddies and kids with fake IDs." They sit around a fire with plenty of gear stolen from Flanders. The alien does appear then, bringing peace. Bart caught the moment on tape. I'm irked here because there appears to be another full moon, seemingly only a week after the previous one, which is highly inaccurate, but the colors of these night scenes are so vivid and beautiful. Cut back to Leonard Nimoy, who wants to end the episode there and escapes, leaving the squeaky-voiced teen to figure out production. Back in Springfield, Kent Brockman kills it with the alien story. E.T. phone Homer. Simpson, that is. It's a close encounter. Of the blurred kind. The entire town, save for Lisa, seems to believe Homer and all want to know about and see the alien for themselves. Friday night arrives again, and the entire town rolls out the welcome mat and gathers for the spectacle, including Leonard Nimoy. I so badly want a Homer is a dope t-shirt, but I'm sure they're just all sold out anyway. Fine stitching on dope, though. The alien then appears, bringing love. The townspeople act in unfortunate accordance with how many Americans might act. It's bringing love, don't let it get away! Angry pitchfork mob vibes here. Willie says, "It's a monster! Kill it! Kill it!" It's then revealed that the alien is actually Mr. Burns, to which Willie replies, "Oh, it's Mr. Burns. Kill it! Kill it!" Smithers steps in and explains how every Friday Mr. Burns undergoes a series of medical treatments designed to cheat death another week. These medical tweaks cause the change in posture, voice, dilation of pupils, and the green glow is explained as being from a lifetime of working in a nuclear power plant. One small little gripe here is that with all of the money and resources that Mr. Burns has at his disposal, why in the world is he going to see Dr. Nick, who is usually shown to be very incompetent and shady as heck? My only thought is that if the procedures that Burns was getting were illegal or immoral, then perhaps Dr. Nick would be the only medical professional willing to do so. I don't know. Anyway, Burns comes in and says that now that he's back to normal, he doesn't bring peace and love. He brings fear, famine, pestilence, and he is then shot up with more painkiller, and the entire town joins in singing Good Morning Starshine. It's pretty fun to see everyone bonding together in song. The episode ends back in the In Search Of spoof, with the teen taking over and saying, "And so concludes our tale. I'm Leonard Nimoy. Good night, and keep watching the skies." The X-Files theme then carries us to the credits. This episode is very funny, very visually appealing, and obviously carries the appeal of the X-Files and seeing Mulder and Scully interact with the wacky world of The Simpsons. A successful crossover and a delight to boot. As if this wasn't enough, Fox would continue to memorialize this as a historic night in television, as after the Springfield Files aired, the pilot of King of the Hill followed. Name a more iconic duo. A thought I had while watching this too is that there has been a large change in the perception of UFO and alien sightings within our culture. There are still obviously those who are very skeptical of such things existing, but even our government has publicly confirmed the existence of UFOs and released footage. That would have been very hard to comprehend back in 1997. People used to lose their livelihoods over making such claims, and I am happy to see society becoming more open-minded in these ways. I'll end this video by suggesting that you watch this episode and revisit both The X-Files and The Simpsons. And please be open to enjoying the newest Simpsons episodes as well. The show, currently on season 37 and approaching its 800th episode, has been renewed through season 40, and a second feature-length film is coming as well. Have no fears, there'll be stories for years, for real, they weren't lying. And that goes for my videos too. I have many ideas of things to talk about media-wise moving forward, so please go ahead and like and subscribe if that interests you. I would also very, very much love to hear any comments you have on this crossover episode or any such related topic down in the comments below. Thank you for watching this, and until next time, keep watching the skis.